Alright, good morning. It's the Monday morning show. Today's topic is fixing my furnace. Yes, that's right, fixing my furnace. Now you might be sitting at home asking yourself, what does he mean by fixing my furnace? Well, I'll tell you, and thanks for asking because that is one heck of a question. But before we get started, let me introduce myself. My name is Draco Malfoy, also known as the Silver Fox. I just kid. I kid, folks. I am joking. I am what they know, or what they call in the business as a jokester. I can't help myself. Excuse me, I had to take a little swig of some vodka. That's another kid, folks. I'm just, like I said, I can't help it, folks. I'm a jokester. I'm naturally a funny guy, no matter where I go. I might be in a fancy restaurant, and people are eating omelets, and I might just take my shoes off and put my feet up on the table. Just wacky stuff, wacky, crazy stuff is just how I am. Let me tell you, folks, if they were to make a reality show about me, it would be one crazy show. It would be like Breaking Bonaducci Part 3, if you know what I mean. I'd be running around, swallowing pills, drinking vodka, grabbing onto ceiling fans, spinning around, doing front kicks, back flips, side kicks, and all the other stuff the Japanese people do. But I'm getting off topic. Let me get back to the topic. The topic today is, what is it, folks? That's right, fixing my furnace. You might say, what the hell kind of topic is that? Or HE double hockey stick. Sorry, kids. You always got to worry about the kids because you don't want them to grow up, to be bad people. Right, folks? So you gotta say HE double hockey sticks. Even though if they are not a complete moron, they can probably spell it out. But that's besides the point. So yes, you might say, why would you have a topic about your furnace? Right? Is this a show for BP? Is this a show for people that want to learn? No, this is not a learning show. This is a show for people to laugh, to smile, and to make fun of me. That's what the show's all about, folks. So, why? Why furnace? Well, I'll tell you why. The same reason why I do shows about fixing my car and other topics that sound really bad but end up being good. Because they come from my life. This is not scripted. Like I say, this is not scripted. This is from my life. This is true. This is a Hollywood true story. It really is, folks. It really is. Now, I can't help it. Just crazy stuff happens in my life. And I feel like it is my duty to share this information with you. Crazy stuff happens. And, maybe you can learn from me so you won't make the same dumb mistakes. But, folks, I don't know what to tell you. I'm just giving you stuff that happens to me. And hopefully you can realize, hey, I don't want to be like that idiot. But, so, the topic of today's show, once again, I'm getting sidetracked. I apologize. The topic of today's show is fixing my furnace. Why? Because it broke down. That's why you fix the furnace, right? You don't fix the furnace when it works, do you? No, because that's a waste of money. So, fixing my furnace. The furnace broke down a couple days ago. Now, say it's a nice hot summer day, right? Say it's in the 90s, sun is shining, your furnace breaks down. So, what's the worst? The worst thing is, you don't have hot water. Now, is it inconvenient? Sure it is. But can you take a quick shower with, lukewarm water? Sure. Rinse off quickly. Everything else is fine. But this is not the summer, folks. Let me tell you, this is winter in New England. And when I say New England, I mean the, Massachusetts area, where the winters are not t-shirt weather, to put it lightly. So right now it's really hot in here. As you can tell, I got the furnace fixed because right now I am sweating like a pig on Sunday. So, and when I say pig, I mean a fat person. Wow, it is pretty hot in here. I guess. Hey Bob, you really got the furnace going. You might want to turn it down a couple notches. Thanks. So, it breaks down. The furnace. Not me. I never break down. I'm like Thomas the Train. I just keep on trucking. No, trains don't truck. I keep on. What do trains do? Choo choo. I don't know. What is the word for trains as they move? You know, when somebody's on a truck and they keep on going, you say, yeah, keep on trucking and keep on taking meth. But when somebody is on a train and they keep going, what is that called? Training? Keep on training. Anybody? No? Okay. Well, that will be in next week's show. So, wow, it is really hot in here. I'm going to try to ignore that. The fact that it's 1,000 degrees. So, 1,000 degrees. CD comes out next week. You might want to get it. It might sell out. Not, just some info for the youngins. So, topic of today's show, the Monday Morning Show at gmail.com. Send me an email because I love hearing from people. Topic of today's show is fixing my furnace. Furnace breaks down a couple days ago. Why? I don't know why. I'm not a smart guy. I'm not a Chris Androsky, Christina Briggs, Michael Borges. I'm not one of these, A students. I was more of the kid in the back with Ryan Jones writing rap songs that ended up going nowhere. That's what I was doing in school. Okay, I was writing a bunch of rap songs and a bunch of ideas for different kinds of shows. See this box with all the papers in there? That's one box. I got about 20 more of those with a bunch of rap songs, a bunch of ideas for shows, a bunch of stuff that, when I should have been paying attention into class and I should have been learning how to fix my furnace, I was doing that kind of stuff. Now, some might say, why were you doing that? Well, I don't know. But, hey, we'll see what happens in the end. But, so I don't know how to fix my furnace. Okay? Now, here's the thing. You got to call somebody, right? You want to be a man though, so you want to go down there and you want to bang the pipes around. Same thing you do when you lift the hood up of your car. You want to make an attempt, right? Because you don't want to seem like you want to be a man, so you want to make an attempt. So I made an attempt. I did the old YouTube it. I YouTubed it, looked up some videos. Let me tell you, folks, there's some things out there that you can look online, find information out about. You can watch videos on YouTube, and then you can do it yourself. There are some things. Fixing your furnace is not one of those things. I've learned that fixing your furnace is one of those things where you probably going to have to call a professional or call somebody that that went to BP at high school. I wouldn't recommend calling. I'm not going to name any names, but you want to call a professional. So, had to do it. Now, let me remind you, it's wintertime, it's freezing. The person I live with is screaming at me. It's cold, I can't feel my toes. It's cold, can't feel my toes. Over and over again. I was kind of like, can you write a song that has more than one line? But, they're not a songwriter like me. Not everybody is as talented as me or as Ryan Jones used to be in 7th grade. I don't know what he's doing now. I don't know what he's doing now. I do not know. But I do know I am still doing what I was doing in 7th grade. So I think that is what we call in the business consistency. Now, am I successful? That's an argument, that can be, argued during Congress. But I think I'm consistent, and that, in the end, that's really what matters, right? If you're doing something and you keep on failing, some people quit. Other people are just consistent, and they just keep on failing, keep on going. And, they're being consistent. I applaud them. That's called the washer machine applause. So, folks, you want to try to fix it yourself. Sometimes some things you can't do it. You got to pick up the phone. You got to go down. Now, I don't have a phone, so I have to go down the street and pick up a payphone, right? So that costs money. So cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching out of my bank. So I pick up the phone. Now, this is a whole process because you got to call this company, and then they put you on hold. Then they call this, and then you talk to them, and they go, well, I'm just an operator. What do you mean you're just a freaking operator? I don't care if you're just an operator. Just get the job done. Sorry. So they call somebody. You can never speak to anybody directly these days. Everybody's too busy. You gotta speak to an operator. You gotta speak to a computer, and it's never direct. You know, you want to talk to me? Monday Morning Show, gmail.com. Send me an email. I'll talk to you directly. You won't be talking to any operators or any computers. You'll be dealing with moi or uno or whatever the words are in the other languages for me. Me. You call me, you ain't gonna get no damn computer. And stupid menu, so you have to listen. Alright, do I press 0, 1, 2, 3? Well, you know, it's too damn complicated. When I call somebody to fix my furnace, can I just talk to the freaking guy that can fix the furnace? Do I have to deal with these menus? Deal with these operators? Oh, let me call him, and then they'll call you back. They'll call me back? Please. Show a little respect for who I am. I'm a Metallica fan. Metallica fan. I held up my shirt just to prove it. To prove it to all the guys with long hair that peaked in the 80s. So, yeah, I'm getting a little emotional. I'm getting a little moody, like Professor Moody from Harry Potter, and I apologize. But it's been a rough couple of days, folks. It really has. It's been a rough couple of days, and I think everybody should be happy that I'm still here. I'm still alive. I'm still kicking. So, folks, I finally get in touch with a guy that can fix the furnace. Of course, he cannot come right away, so few hours, so I have to stay up late. Now, I'm already frustrated, and if I have to stay up late, the only way to justify me staying up late and to justify me being frustrated and to get me through this, I say, tomorrow, I'm taking a sick day. That's it, folks. Tomorrow I'm calling in from work because I have to deal with all this furnace stuff. I'm not gonna get a lot of sleep, so I'm not going to work tomorrow. I cannot deal with that and this. It's too much. It's too much for me. I'm a very emotional guy. You know, like I said, I wear my heart on my legs, and I'm very emotional. So, in order to cope with all the feelings that are coming up, right? Bulimic feelings coming up. I have to take tomorrow off, so I don't have to worry about getting up and getting ready for work. So, that's more cha-ching, cha-ching out of my pocket. That in the payphone. Not to mention what the cost is to fix the furnace. So let me just try to speed things up here and get to the point because I know there's a lot of people driving off the road. So, the guy comes over. Guy has a, good beard. Bigger beard than mine, surprisingly. So he comes downstairs. As he's trying to look at the furnace to determine the problem, he happens to notice a few things. Now, we rent the house we live in. Let me just state that. We rent the house we live in. So everything that, I have to handle a lot of the problems, though. I don't want to get into it. We don't really have a landlord type thing. So I have to handle the problems. But we rent the house. I did not make everything that's in the house. I didn't oversee everything. But when people come over to fix things, they assume I did. So as he's looking at the furnace, he notices that there's some things that are not up to code. And he points those out to me. He goes, well, this pipe here needs to be here. And, it's not really up to code, legally speaking. It's not really valid. Then this pipe should be this. You should have a shutoff valve here. You should have this here. And he goes, it works, but it makes it harder for people when they come to fix it. So now I have to explain to this guy that I did not oversee the installation of the furnace. Because if I did, I look like the idiot. So I have to explain to him, we rent the house, somebody else put that in, and da-da-da. So I have to deal with that. So he finds out what the problem is. The problem is that the control board is broke. I guess you need a new control board. Luckily, he has one in his truck. Luckily for me, it cost $100. Not to mention, it cost $143 just for them to come out because it's nighttime and it's inconvenient for them and they can charge you more money. So $143 plus $100 for the control board and then plus whatever it costs for labor. Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. More money out of my bank, folks. More money out of my bank. Because, of course, the furnace has to break down in the wintertime and at nighttime. That's 2 strikes, folks. One more and I'm out. One more and I'm just going to, I'm just going to shut down and let the robots handle everything. And it's getting to be a lot. You see my videos of fixing my car, fixing my furnace. What else is there to fix, folks? I feel like I'm Mr. Fix-It. Except I don't fix it. I have to, get other people to help me. But I feel like everything breaks down and I have to fix everything. I don't know what's going on. Maybe I just need to make more money so I can hire more people. I don't know, but it's very stressful to deal with these things. If you've dealt with, your furnace breaking down, send me an email, mondaymorningshow@gmail.com. I would love to know what happened. I would love to know how you handled it. I would love to know if you felt the stress I felt with dealing with this, because you need heat, you need hot water, especially in the winter time, especially when the person you live with is screaming at you. I'm so good, I can't feel my toes. So, with that stress, so that goes on, I don't know, a couple hours. He gets it done. I stood next to him to supervise and look like an idiot. And then he leaves. Now, he said that as the furnace is running, I should check up on it, watch it for a little bit, because when it has been sitting for a little bit in the cold with not working, sometimes, air can get into the pipes, or I don't know, some stuff can happen. So he leaves, and then I think he's gone for like 5 minutes, and I come upstairs. I still want to keep an eye on it, an ear on it. I come upstairs, I hear this loud noise, like whoosh, like water rushing. So I open the door, and a bunch of water came out of a pipe and went all over the basement floor, and the water was steaming. Now, I'll admit it, I might have overreacted a little bit. I might have yelled something like, the floor is on fire. I might have done that. Now, looking back, does that seem kind of stupid? Yes, it does. But at the time, I overreacted a little bit, but at the time I saw steam coming up from the floor, and it's like, the floor's on fire! The floor's on fire! Person I live with starts to freak out too. Eventually I go downstairs and I realize it's not on fire. It's just the water. It's so hot. The water's like 200 degrees. It's so hot. It's steaming. You live and you learn. What can I say? But I call the guy back because I figured something must be wrong. And I'm thinking, here we go again. Once I thought the furnace was fixed, and then this, water comes pouring out all over the floor. Luckily, all my, valuables are not on the basement floor because I'm not a moron. But he comes back, and it turns out it wasn't a huge deal. I guess, like he said, sometimes when the furnace sits for a little bit, air can build up, and something to do with the pressure. I don't know. I mean, I didn't go to BP in high school. I don't know. My name's not Jared Kingsbury. So I guess the emergency release valve, I think that's what it's called, releases water when the pressure or the water's too hot, or I don't know. So it released the water. The guy came back, got rid of some more water, and watched it for 10, 15 minutes and said it should be okay now, and he left. And so then I watched it for a little bit, and it's been, I think we had it done, 2 days ago, and it's been good. So pray for me. Pray that nothing else happens because it's still winter. We just had a snowstorm, and I don't want somebody yelling at me. My toes are cold. My toes are cold. Nah, nah, nah. So please pray for me. Pray that my furnace lasts the rest of the winter. Pray that I don't have any more problems, and you know, pray that I don't have to fix anything else, even though I know I probably will. But here's the other thing, I do believe that things happen for a reason. So, maybe stuff that breaks down that I have to fix happens because it's something for me to talk about on my show. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't do this show. Maybe if I stop the show, maybe things will stop breaking. I don't know, folks. Like I said, I'm not a Chris Androsky. I'm not I don't sit in front of the class, but I just pray that nothing else happens. But if it does, hey, I try to make a joke out of it. Like I said, I try not to let it stress me out. I'll admit it does. Sometimes it does stress me out, and this whole furnace thing did. But especially when I know it's gonna cost me a couple of bills. It means I can't go to the strip club every night anymore. But it's something you got to deal with, and just shake it off, and just laugh at it, and realize that your floor is not gonna go on fire. And just realize that you can get through it. Stay happy, be a positive person. Watch videos of Wayne Dyer. Watch my videos. Check out my other videos. Some of them are probably better than this one. My interviews, I think my interviews are pretty good. Check out my interviews. Click subscribe because that's what you're supposed to do, I guess. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just having fun here, folks. I'm just telling you about what things that happen in my life. Hopefully you can learn from them or laugh at me. Send me an email, mondaymorningshow@gmail.com, Facebook, Monday Morning Show. Let me know what you think of the show. And that's how I had to fix my furnace. And hopefully I don't have to do a show called Fixing My Furnace Part 2. Hopefully I don't have to do that. I'm hoping I don't, folks. But what do I know? Like I said, I'm not an Einstein. I'm just a guy with a dream and a Metallica shirt. And I'm just doing what I used to do in 7th grade and 8th grade in high school. I just write down ideas. I just I do songs, I do shows, I do interviews, and check out my other interviews with celebrities and comedians. I think they're pretty funny. For a guy from a small town of Taunton, Massachusetts, I think I'm doing one heck of a job. I mean, can I pat myself on the back? I'm gonna pat myself on the back. I mean, I'm doing the best I can, folks, and that's all I can do, and that's all you can do. So if you have to fix your furnace, save yourself some time. Don't look up a YouTube video and try to fix it yourself, because 99.9% chance you won't be able to fix it. So call a guy, and hopefully you don't have to call him at night, and hopefully you don't have to do it in the winter. But if you do, hey, watch my video, and maybe you will, get some advice and realize that your floor is not on fire. It's just steam from the water, and everything will be okay. Alright, folks, I'm going to go downstairs and look at my furnace. So, thank you. Thanks for watching the show. And tune in next week, every Monday, for a new show. Every Monday for a new problem that happens in my life. Because every week, something bad happens to me. And I will talk about it on the show. So, thank you for listening. And, hey, what else can I say? Have one heck of a night.